Hello everyone, this is a video on how I apply blush. I just made other videos on how I apply bronzer, concealer, setting powder, foundation. So you can check out those videos if you want to see how I apply other facial products. But today I'm going to be showing you how I apply my blush. I am using the Nars. This is in the color Deep Throat, which I'm not crazy about that name. All Nars names are a little gross if you ask me. But this one is very similar to the Nars Orgasm color-wise, but not as much shimmer. That other Nars one has a ton of shimmer. I like this one. I like the pink color of it, and it's a lot more subtle. I personally, when I apply blush, do not recommend shimmer. At least I can't apply it on my cheeks. I think I personally have to avoid shimmer on my cheeks. Too much shimmer is just gonna magnify any texture. Like if you have breakouts, if you have pimples, if you have acne scars, any shimmer you apply on your cheeks is going to magnify that and bring attention to it and just make it look worse. That's what I found. So I try to avoid shimmer in my blush, but if you have like a shimmer topper, then really concentrate it in the outer half of your face, like the back half of your face, rather than the center of your face. So I think that would be okay, you know, more on your cheekbone. Obviously highlighter, I'm gonna apply on my cheekbone, and that's okay. You don't really have like prominent pores up there, so I think it's okay to apply a little highlighter and shimmer up there. But the center of your face, you want to be careful with blush or bronzer or highlighter having shimmer in it. So this has a little bit of gleam and shimmer, it looks like, so I'm not going to take it too far up. But overall, it is a very flattering color and it's very subtle. So that's just my little spiel on shimmer. Really be careful depending on your skincare needs. Some of you might be fine with shimmer. Okay, enough with shimmer. You can take any brush you want. I tend to stick with the same brush throughout. So this is what I use to apply my bronzer. And I find that using the same brush just helps the bronzer and blush to kind of ombre together and blend more naturally. So I don't think it makes it look more muddy, but you can totally get a new brush if you want. Sometimes I'll use like an angled brush, but I find that the bigger and fluffier the brush is, just the more natural and lighter it will look. So I'm taking the same brush I used for bronzer and I'm going to dip it in. I start out tapping. I think that gets the product just fine, and it's very pigmented. Sometimes I'll kind of tap off a little on the back of my hand just so I don't get too much on my cheeks. So I like to apply blush after my bronzer. I find that it looks more natural that way, and it will stand up more pigmented. Also, blush is the first to go, so I tend to be a little heavy with my blush if I have a longer day, because it's going to be the first product to wear off. It's the last product I apply, so it's the first to wear off. So tap it in, and then I start in the back half, and I apply blush the same part as bronzer, but I guess I go a little higher up on my cheekbone, but it's going to be this area. You know, I'm not going too high. I save the higher for highlighter, and then, you know, a little lower is where I do my contour. So you can see this better. But I start in the back half of my face and then work my way blending it up. That way it's not too heavy up here. So I always start just kind of pressing it down first, and then I'll go in very light circular motions till I see the color distributing. So I'm going in circular motions and backward circular motions. And then at the end, I'll bring a little up to the cheek, but I really try to avoid too much up here. I just find that it looks a little prettier when it's like the back half of your face blending in with the bronzer. So then I'll pick up a little more. I always tap off a little on my hand just so it's not so pigmented. And then same thing. Tap, 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 and then circular motions. You can see it's a little higher up than where you'd apply your contour. That's about it. So if you want, you can intensify it even more. Just go in with another layer, and you know, just know blush will be the first to go. And I really think blush is beautiful for everyone. You know, you can always go lighter rather than a vibrant pink, but blush I find just really completes my makeup look. It adds so much life to your face, so much youthfulness, just makes your skin really look healthy because it adds that pretty color to it. So I really think blush is recommended for all because it's just so pretty. I think the best advice is to go in those circular motions and backward. You know, I'm like alternating which way I'm going. So counterclockwise and clockwise for circular motions. And that's gonna prevent any streaky lines or from your blush looking streaked on. That's gonna prevent lines and just help it look a little more natural. Because you don't wanna like obviously see just like the streakiness. And so I think that helps kind of blend it out more naturally. So that's my blush application. And if you wanna see highlighter, then tune into my next video. Bye.